9 times fans did better than Riot Games themselves, starting with the latest Kunai, in which Valorant Raven literally came out next day with a better animation. Now, of course, it's a little rough around the edges, but this dude literally speed run to this animation rework, and you can see all he had to do is have the Kunai spin around the finger, and it's already way more unique. Seriously, Valorant fumbled the ball, and a huge shout out to him and everyone else in this video, links down below. On top of this, even though it's not the best bundle ever due to the Kunai's failed animations, I would still say that it's quite worth if you get it for free. And if you want to get it for free, I'll be live streaming right now, and just by being a viewer, you have a chance to win it. Anyways, moving on. As you can see, this next one, it is a rework to the Cypher animation. It's an idea of which, what if every single agent had a little bit more in their animation? Now, the character select or agent select is already really strong, but I think the biggest upwork or rework here is the background changes. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind it. It's probably a little heavy for the game, but right now we have this one same background that we've always had, which is a huge L. I would love to have some crazy things. Maybe not this crazy, in which my dude got Valorant. He's a game developer and he recreated Valorant using I don't know which program it was, but I mean, he's making it look insane. Now, it isn't a recreation of any specific map. It's more so porting a pistol, a little bit of animation, a little bit of jet into this new world here. And you can see it looks insane. Again, always remember with fan-made content, it'll stay somewhat rough around the corners like the animations, but just the smoke here looks cool, and the little detail on which when you enter the smoke, the lighting gets dim. I don't know, all that is really cool. This next one is a little bit different. It's actually Phoenix and a rework that could happen to his ult. Imagine if you could replace where you'll spawn back instead of run it back, it's like place it back. And the amount of outplay potential for it would be quite insane. I don't know if it's a rework people would necessarily agree with, but I think it'd be quite a fun buff to Phoenix. Imagine if you can replace it somewhere, then keep attacking site and change your position. It'll make his initiation as a duelist extremely strong. But he's right now not the weakest duelist, but not the strongest either. But speaking about Phoenix, here's another instance of a reworked animation. This was done a long time ago, and I love the detail. You know, like when he pulls out the or when he adjusts his clothes, the crown gets spawned in. Of course, a bunch of fire effects, and once again, I just like the change in background. I think with the current animations, it's already good enough. But if they just had a thematic background to each agent's maybe origin, it would go hard. That's my opinion. This next one is actually a light Saber effect. I think it's one of the cleanest looking ones because it uses an animation that already exists in the game, which of course allows this fan-made concept to look extremely clean and realistic. But of course, in this case, what happens is that he replaced it with a lightsaber. What we would want is obviously a little bit more animations when it comes to it matching a lightsaber, because my man's literally burning his hand away at this point. However, I think it begs the question, these massive collabs would be huge. Stuff like Star Wars X Valorant or things like that would go hard. This next one is a scythe idea or concept by Riots. This is actually quite old as well. However, I would like to say that this came out before the Reaver 2.0, and I don't think the Reaver 2.0 was a miss, so it kind of mishaps with the title. Instead, it's actually the first scythe that Valorant put into the game, which was this one that was butt ugly, and a fan made a scythe, in my opinion, that was a little bit more detailed. Forget the animations, it's more about the styling. This next one, we go back to ultra realistic graphics, but in this case, it is a rework of Breeze by a fellow YouTuber, and my goodness, again, links are down below. It looks insane. I actually think this one's more attractive than the first one just because it is a map we recognize, right? And we can see the before and after, and overall it is amazing. Now, the video itself actually goes into detail about how all this was done and just a lot more cool stuff, but dude, look at this, man. The rust effect, the lightning effect, the water effect. Now, of course, there's still some sharp angles that make it kind of take away from the realism, but at the same time, it's absolutely drop dead gorgeous, and I love it. Now, this last one is just how it feels like to play Valorant with all the util. It made me chuckle. I just wanted to throw it in here.